Hi, hello, welcome. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Excuse me, got too loud all of it. Took too no breath. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam. I'm an oracle, a prophet, a numerologist, a intuitive. I speak with the guides. I blah blah blah. For some reason, the words that are gonna come out of my face are things that are gonna resonate with you, and so that's why that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on your stuff. I don't know how you found me like first, but you're here and you saw me, and then you were like, yeah, I'll click on that. And now you're almost a minute in, and you're supposed to hear something from me. So, sorry. Hey, hi, welcome to my channel. Um, I have to go do stuff. You know, it's cold out. I put my sweatshirt on right away. Pull my hoodie over right away, because it's just no running around type of day like that. And I'm here doing something similar to you. I'm watching YouTube. Well, I mean, now I'm doing this. But most likely, when you're watching this, I'll probably be watching YouTube or something. I got 7:57. Now, it wasn't just like and I'm looking at the clock. My phone went off for no reason. You know how it happens because things like that happen to people, but it happens to you too. Where it just was like up and awake, no notifications on my phone. It just went zzz at 7:57. And then, but I look at it 7:57. I acknowledge 7:57, 7:58. It turns right away. A lot of times, whenever you're getting stuff like that, where it's like, here it is. Oh, I acknowledge that immediate change. That's because that number was for you, and that's the like, okay, she got it, and so it's time to listen to it more. 222, as I say this. 7:57 is a 10-1. Okay, and so that is the 10-1 is one is standing in front of a zero. Zero is where we come from. Zero is where numbers come from. 252, as I say this. Okay, this is 2025, and you're getting a 252. Okay, zero is where we come from. 252 is a 9. 9 and 0 act the same. 9 is 0 on top of a plant. 0 is the seed. 1 is the sprout. 2 are the leaves. And on and on and on. And here you are, another one, a different type of one that isn't the seed, that isn't the sprout. You are the individual who is standing in front of a portal, a door to a new world, to your new death. 343 as I say this. Okay? You are, that is another 10, by the way. I'm just going to do the math for you so you understand, like, that, why it means something to me. 10. And then a 353, because I was even trying to say 353 earlier. This is something that you are destined to do. This is a path that you are destined to take. 404, as soon as I make eye contact, look, this is for you. This is like you have put in the work. You have done it again and again. And the karmic retribution, because 8 is all about, hey, I seen what you done. Here is that response, good or bad. Mediocre too, because if you're putting in mediocre, they're like, hey, I seen what you done. It was mediocre. Here you go. I got to give you something. It just happens. You've been doing more than just the mediocre. You've been doing, you've been teetering, honestly. And I mean, really, whenever you are, whenever you are walking through this portal, There have been other times that you have been almost like pushed through the portal. And now you're sick and throwing up and moving all around and nauseous because this is what's happened. All of a sudden, you are being transported to whatever elevation energy, and it literally does make you sick. It's lacking ease in you. And sickness can lead to disease. And so, whenever you're moving through this portal, it's like you see it now. It's not like you're being pushed through it. Sometimes you were pushed in backwards. Sometimes you were scooting back to get through the door. You didn't even know. You were just running away, desperate, and feeling like you fell off a cliff whenever you went through it. And yet somehow you landed somewhere soft, and now you climbed your way back up to somewhere that's safe. You know how to listen for things, and you know how fear sometimes can lead to scarier situations, and how panic can lead to pain, and the lack of trust in yourself during those times, or why there was so much panic, being so confused that you couldn't access your resources. 626 when I say this. You're allowed to have a good time and an easy journey with some things. Like 646 as I say this. You're allowed to actually like have some ease with stuff. You're allowed to understand that you were whole and complete. This is a 9-year for the world. 656. Y'all. Like y'all just need to listen up. Like what on earth? Anyway. Because that's another 8, by the way. There's a lot of 8 and 9 energy. It's like you have reaped what you sowed. You have to understand that you're whole and complete, and you have to really just do it without like giving any fucks. Okay? Pardon my language, but you don't have to, because I don't give a fuck. Alright? It is a 9-year. There are things that you are meant to do. There was a job, again, that you have been hired for by the universe. By God. And I promise you, it is going to be something that is healing for the world. You're not going to be causing harm. You're not going to be taking. You're not going to be stealing. It's nothing that you're going to have to worry about living with. It's something that will bring you ease and comfort and kindness to yourself. You know that there is something that you are meant to help heal in this world. It is important for you, before you act on it, to comprehend what you are to do in this world. That could take literally 8 hours of full meditation and comprehension and understanding. That might take 8 years. That might be the portal that you're stepping through, is to choose to understand things as opposed to just know things. It's fun knowing stuff, yeah. But when you know stuff, when fear kicks in, you can't access it. When you comprehend it, it becomes second nature to you. So it doesn't matter if fear kicks in, because it becomes instinct. Comprehension is instinct. And you can build your instincts. You can grow your instincts and your intuition and know how to then let go and trust yourself. Because you've done the work to trust yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You're allowed to have messy rooms. You're allowed to sometimes be a little mad at people. You're allowed to sometimes flip people off in traffic. Eventually, you'll flip people off less. I mean, honestly, I haven't flipped somebody off in traffic in years. Not to brag. I used to be at it. Okay? But now, I notice the license plates. Every single time some jerk decides to cut me off, I'm driving here. But the numbers always have a message. The letters have a message. Letters, alphanumerology. Do your letters to numbers. Everybody is a numerologist. 1010, as I say this, the amount, and then of course 1011, but the amount of people, that's a double portal by the way, the amount of people who are stepping in to their power. Like, it's so many people that it's not even going to be this rare thing anymore. It's going to be a part of it. Have y'all seen My Hero Academia? Have y'all seen, what's that other one? There's another one, like something superhero girl. She's like Irish as a main character. This is a common trope in a lot of like things. Like, oh, everybody's a superhero except for me. Oh, man. But somehow they have their own superpower. They have their own, and they're chosen by not having a superpower, but they do. Literally, I mean, you do have stuff in you. Don't get me wrong, there's still gonna be super villains. Okay? And some people, some of those villains are gonna make you feel like you're the villain. And sometimes you are the villain. It's okay. People are allowed to be villains. That we all have free will. That all comes at their thing. Everybody's doing whatever they're doing in their life to deal with whatever thing they're doing. And I would say that they're doing their best. Because often people who have the need to do something that are quite brutal and harsh, yeah, they're bad, but there's also, that's not a normal response within people. Like, they do have some type of sickness, something that is keeping them from being able to understand. There are certain privileges that people are born with, being able to understand certain things. For me, I feel like even though, yes, I had a lot of trauma in my life, I was born with a lot of privileges. The intellect and the ability to forgive. I gave grace to people very young. And there was a certain amount of wisdom in emotional wisdom that even when people were very mean to me, I could feel their pain. So I was able to give them grace. Um, that is a privilege, being able to have that mindset right away. I didn't be like, oh, boop, 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 now let me think to be like that. It just happened to me. It is simply my nature. And so when people simply have that nature, um, whatever nature it may be, sometimes people simply have a nature where they are just so angry that they can't control it. There have been times, even me, who's like relatively mellow and understanding, if I get anxious, I'll snap. Like, I'll be like, quit drinking out of your bowl for so long. Why are you drinking out of your bowl for so long? Because he drinks out of his bowl and there's the loudest licks. I also am very sensitive to noise sometimes, randomly. Well, usually whenever I'm anxious. Because whenever I was anxious, noise mattered back in the past. Now, when I'm in a safe space and I hear my dog drinking out of his bowl forever, and I'm just hearing a noise for no reason because I'm chemically there again, then all of a sudden I'm angry. That's outside of my nature. That's outside of my truest self, but it's not outside of my nature because I did it. That's how I am. That's how I naturally reacted in the moment to anxiety and fear and frustrations. Doesn't matter how high vibes we are. We literally have all these things, all these traits within us. And getting to know yourself and all of your history, and as much as you can, there are certain things, people will hide stuff from themselves. And really, yourself hides memories from you sometimes. Because you're not ready to deal with them yet. You're not ready to listen to them yet. They've been trying to help you listen to them, and you just ignored them. So you're used to ignoring them until you clear the beach. All of a sudden, like, all these strangers of people on the beach, now you know this person. You're like, oh wait, I thought this was just a million strangers on this huge beach, but turns out there's like people that I know here. Terrible. And no, I meant to go back to that. people on the beach, somebody that you know. You're gonna find somebody that you recognize. And that's something that you'll realize too. Is like seeing someone that you recognize is an acknowledgement that you're in synchronicity and that you're supposed to have some type of thing like a connection with them, friendship, business partnership, perhaps a romantic relationship, all those things. Romance is kind of hard to decide because sometimes people haven't worked through the things to know if they actually are ready for a romantic relationship and know if that's appropriate or not. um, but at least friendship for sure. Always start out and see what that is. 1551 is what I'm hearing. So starting to have more relaxed approaches towards romance. Um, and this is typically people who are in their masculine energy. So like people who tend to like go for it. Like, hey, I am going to, I like you. I'm gonna tell you that I like you. All that. It's time for you to almost like take a back seat. And the people who are usually like shy, put yourself out there. It's okay to be rejected a bunch. You're not supposed to like be with everybody. Only because not everybody gets to be with you. Not everybody deserves to be with you, and not everybody's your perfect match. Not everybody's going to link up with you the right ways. There is a divine counterpart out there for everyone. Counterparts, just depending on what type of machinery you want to make, really. And so a lot of that can align with your life path number. Your maturity number is really something to look at too. Like, what are you going to mature into, depending on your age? That can happen as early as, it can happen real early maturity, just depending on somebody's life. So I'm not going to give you like a for sure earliest because, but oftentimes people who hit their maturity early do go back into their life path and like have like a but not an up and down, more of like a between the numbers, not the up and down. Anywho, yeah. That's it. Mine's blank. Mind empty. I don't even know if I finished the last sentence with mind empty. 8-8. It was 1753. Look around, see how things are. Your outside is a reflection of your inside, okay? And your inside is a reflection of your outside. Okay? So sometimes if your outside is bad and your inside's bad, you can clean your outside, or you can clean your inside. If you clean your inside, you're able to clean your outside. If you're able to clean your outside, you're able to clean your inside. Whatever thing you have the energy to do right now, do it. Because also, I know sometimes it's just a lot easier to go clean a bunch of dishes and to clean the whole house than to sit down and meditate for 15 minutes. And so, really decide right now, which one do you want to do? Do you want to go clean up? You want to go clean your car, or you want to meditate for 5 minutes? Like, you just decide that for yourself. Meditation should not be guided for the most part. You're not going to be able to really fully enter oneness unless you are no longer hearing the guided meditation. Otherwise, you are still within senses of this world, and you're not being fully in your being. So that's okay if that's how you do it and that's how you relax. But sitting in complete silence or like in nature with no music, no nothing, is a good way to do it. If that sounds too torturous, go clean up. And eventually it won't be so torturous. Anyway, it's a lot easier said than done too. Like, because sometimes you literally just can't get out of bed. But if you are in bed and you can't get out of it, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of just nothing. You want to do it right here? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna be here for 5 minutes. I'm done. Anyway, much love, and I'm gonna go do the things I'm gonna do today. It's cold. It's winter here in Colorado, so We had a winter storm, so it's cold. Keep a lookout for the numbers. Stay synchronized.